welcome to Vijetha Study Circle. Today we are going to discuss about the latest issue, that is the addition of tribes to the ST list. Very recently the cabinet has given the approval for the addition of some of the tribes to the ST list. So in this few minutes we are going to see what are the tribes which were added under the ST list, what is the procedure for addition of these tribes under the ST list, what is the procedure, and along with that what are the benefit if any community get added into the ST list. So let's quickly get started. Recently the government has approved the inclusion of certain communities in the list of the scheduled tribes from the states of Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. These states and certain communities from these states, they are having a demand to add their name under the scheduled tribe list since long. So this long pending demand from these states got into shape with the cabinet approval very recently. So let's see what are the added tribes, the newly added tribes. First one is Hathi Community. If we see the Hathi Community from the Himachal Pradesh, it is very important to remember all these details under the current affairs issues. In some of the question paper we even get the match the following, like the Hathi Community belong to which state, in this way. So all this information whatever we are going to discuss in the next few minutes, it is very important for the current affairs. So the Hathi Community from the Himachal Pradesh. What is the special characters of this Hathi Community? These Hathis are the close-knit community who got their name from the tradition of selling home-grown vegetables, the crop, meat and the wool at the small markets called hut in towns. That's why they are referred as Hathi Community. And this community is making this demand to add their name under the ST list since 1967. And these people are living according to some of the tribal status. These people are located in the Jansar Barwar area of the Uttarakhand, which shares a border with the Sirmur district. This is actually their residence, and their demand for tribal status gained the strength because frequently under the Mahakumbha Melas they are passing the resolutions to add their name under the ST list. So this Hathi Community from the Himachal Pradesh now got the cabinet approval to got the entry of their community under the ST list. What is the other community? The other community is Narikuravan. The name is Narikuravan and Kurivikkaran. These are the tribal communities from the Tamil Nadu, and the nomadic tribes like Narikuravas and Kuruvikaras. These are actually jackal catchers, because the jackal catcher is the jackal is actually one of the animal. I have given the identification of animal here for your clarity. They are actually having an occupation of hunting and gathering. They depend on the hunting and gathering for their economic activity. So they are jackal catchers and the bird eaters, and they feel pride of their occupation of hunting and gathering. And since many years these people are also demanding to make the entry of their tribe under the list of the scheduled tribe list. So here I have given some of the pictures. So this is from the Tamil Nadu. They are fighting since long to make the entry under the ST list, and today their demand got into a shape because of the cabinet approval. So we have to remember from the Tamil Nadu, this is Narikuravan and Kurivikkaran. These are the two other tribes which got the entry. And along with that, the Binjia tribe from the Chhattisgarh. The Binjia in Chhattisgarh were listed as a ST in Jharkhand and Odisha, but the people who are living in the Chhattisgarh, they yet not got the entry into the ST list. But this Binjia famously they are from the Chhattisgarh, but today from the Jharkhand and the Odisha belt we got the entry into the ST list. If we see what is their lifestyle, these are non-vegetarians and basically their occupation is agriculture, and they depend on the agriculture and on the related activities for their livelihood purpose, and they do not eat any beef and pork but consume alcoholic drinks including the handia. What is mean of handia? It is a rice beer. This is one of the alcoholic drink prepared from the rice grains. So this handia is actually their tradition. They drink this handia, but remember they are non-vegetarians and their occupation is basically agriculture. Now they also got the entry under the ST list. And what are the other communities around? This is the Gond community. This is from the Uttar Pradesh. The cabinet has approved a proposal to bring the Gond community residing in 13 districts of Uttar Pradesh under the ST list from the SC list. Basically, they are under the SC list, and today we have made the conversion of this community from the SC to the ST community. And this includes the 5 subcategories of Gond community. It is very important in the current affairs point of view. What are the other 5 subcategories of the Gond community which got entry under the ST list? This is Dhuriya is one, Nayak is another, Oja is another, Patari and Rajgond. These are the 5 subcategories of the Gond community. So in some of the question paper we get the questions, which of the following is not a subcategory of the Gond community? So there is a possibility to ask the question in this way. So please do remember the 5 subcategories of the Gond community also in the current affairs point of view. Next, what is the other one? This is Betta and Kuruba. This is the tribal community from the Karnataka. Remember, even the states they belong, which is very important. The ST status granted to the Betta and Kuruba community, and it is actually a synonym of Kadu Kuruba of Karnataka. So the Kadu Kuruba, which was also known as Betta Kuruba, and this community has been demanding to include them under the ST category since 30 years, and today the cabinet has given such type of approval. And what is actually a process of inclusion in this ST list? Till now we have seen recently all these tribes got the entry under the ST list. So I want to make it understandable that what is the process of inclusion in the ST list. The process is, first, whatever is the recommendation of entry of tribes in the ST list, that recommendation must be given by the respective state governments. Then that recommendation should be sent to the Tribal Affairs Ministry. This Tribal Affairs Ministry review the requirement of entry of this tribal under the ST list, and later they send them to the Register General of India for the approval. The moment when the Register General of India gives the approval, then this recommendation can be sent to the National Commission for the Scheduled Tribe for the approval before it will send to the cabinet for taking a final decision. That means first the respective state governments must provide the recommendation. Then after that it must be sent to the Tribal Affairs Ministry. This Tribal Affairs Ministry take the responsibility to review the matter. Then it will send this one to the Register General of India, and later it can be sent to the National Commission for the ST. Then finally it will be sent to the cabinet, and the moment when the cabinet give the approval, these tribes get the permission to enter their name under the ST list. What are the benefits? If any tribe got the entry under the ST list, what are the benefits it enjoy? Frequently we are seeing in the news channels, many of the tribes are demanding for the making the entry under the ST list, because they have some of the benefits the moment when they get the entry into the ST list. This move actually enabled the member of the communities to get the benefits whichever was mentioned under the scheduled tribes people based on the existing government schemes. Some of the major benefits like the post-matric scholarships, the overseas scholarships, the national fellowships, and besides that the educational and the concessional loans from the National Scheduled Tribe Finance and Development Corporation, because this is the organization which is responsible for providing the loans for the educational purpose at the less interest rate. The concession loans can be given, and we all know there is a hostel facility for the students of ST community at the free of cost for bringing and uplifting them from the social inequality level. In addition to that, we all are aware that the ST community people enjoy the benefit of reservation in services and also in the admission of the educational institutions as per the government policy. To enjoy all these benefits, majority of the tribal communities in the country are demanding for the entry into the ST list. What is the status of scheduled tribes in India? Presently, if we look at what is the present status of these scheduled tribes, as per the census of 1931, that means we are talking about the pre-independence time period. Sorry, the scheduled tribes are termed as the backward tribes. Before independence, these scheduled tribes were termed as backward tribes, and these people frequently lives in the excluded and partially excluded areas, and the government of India under the Act of 1935 called them for the first time the representative of backward tribes in the provincial assemblies. We know the Government of India Act 1935 is very important, and which was the basic for the adoption of the Indian Constitution at the later time. Under this Government of India Act 1935 itself, this ST community was referred as a backward tribes in the pre-independence time period. And after we got the adoption of the Indian Constitution, we didn't define what is the meaning of scheduled tribes, and the Constitution was silent for defining the criteria for recognition of scheduled tribes. That's why even after adoption of Constitution also, we have dependent on the definition of 1931 census in the initial year of independence. But later, the Article 366, the Article 366 under the part of 25 of the Constitution provides that the definition of the scheduled tribe means the scheduled tribes or such other tribes or communities are part of any groups or any other communities which got the entry under Article 342 of the Constitution. The 366 25, the 366 article, the subpart of 25 actually given the definition of scheduled tribe as whichever the communities or the groups got the entry under Article 342, they will be defined as scheduled tribes. Then what is 342 says? 342 says the President with respect to any state or union territory under where it is a state after consultation with the governor by a public notification specify the tribe or tribal community which is a part of the scheduled tribe in relation to that state or union territory. That means what this article is trying to explain. First, the concerned state government after consultation with the governor must release the public notification to add any such type of the tribes under the ST list. Then this recommendation, whatever we have already seen, that is this recommendation must be forwarded to the Tribal Affairs Ministry, then to the Register of Gender, then it has to be sent to the Cabinet for the approval. Later the President must give the assent to that consent from cabinet approval. In this way, if the president gives such type of approval for the entry with the recommendation of any state or union territory, then that community get the entry under Article 342. If it got the entry under Article 342, according to Article 366, we consider it as a scheduled tribe. Along with that, in which part of the constitution we have this topic of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes? The 5th schedule of the constitution lays out the provision for the administration and the control of the scheduled areas and the scheduled tribes in states excluded, that is other than, which is very important, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram, because the administration and control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes in these 4 states is actually mentioned in the 6th schedule of Indian Constitution. That means the 6th schedule is completely dedicated for the administration of tribal areas in Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram, which is a very important question for the competitive exams. Many of the question papers touch this question frequently. The 6th schedule covers the following states of tribal areas. So we should remember this 4 states. And the 5th schedule talks about the administration of scheduled areas and the scheduled tribes other than these 4 states. In this way, not only the scheduled tribe definition, and we have allocated one article for that, and 366 speaks on that line, and along with that the constitution has mentioned the administration and even the entry of the ST list under the constitution in the different parts of the constitution. So in this way we got the entry of the STs under different type of the tribes under the list of the India, and as we have already seen, they were provided with the many of the benefits in the country. The major reason why we are giving this type of benefits for the scheduled tribe people, because we want to give the equality to this community, because these people were suppressed in the distinction of the caste basis in the country since long. So today we are giving some of the opportunity to them with the benefits like the reservations and the scholarship and the educational assistance to them, so that they will also have a equal opportunity along with the other people in the country to have a social equality status and to improve their economical status in the country. So this is all about the today video. So in this video we have seen what are the latest tribes which got the entry under the ST list, what is the procedure required, and what are the benefits if you get the any of the communities under the ST list, and what is the definition of the STs before the independence and after the independence, and which part of the constitution speaks about all this administration of the ST population along with the related articles. This is all about the today's video. We hope you all have enjoyed the video. See you soon with a new video again. Thank you so much.